Here we go. One step at a time, don't be living.
Get a dancing cat. Okay. I'm sitting here demure.
Or I could walk into a table at the right spot. Or we could make ridiculous
Welcome
meals.
to week 20. We're happy to have you. I am Julie Rouse. I am the advisor of the newspaper here at Bellevue West. And to my left is Mr. Aaron Stubbe, the advisor of the yearbook and video yearbook. We're happy that you joined us.
Like always. We could talk about my fancy new glasses.
He did get fancy new glasses this week.
Pretty. Wow. Wow. The lady at the glasses store said that I was very, very attractive. And I know she wasn't just trying to sell me this stuff because she whispered it to a coworker.
I'm going to visit this person of where you bought these glasses and give her a piece of my mind for the monster that she created. Because all I've been hearing all day long is, I'm hot. I'm good looking. I look awesome in my glasses. That's all I've been hearing all day.
I can't help it. If optical clerk at Target says so, then it must be true.
Nope. No one said I look pretty when I got my new glasses at LensCrafters.
You should shop at Target.
So, because I don't have enough to do, apparently, in my life, I have added one more thing, and that is I will be playing in the pit for this year's musical at the school here. Yeah.
You should all come out.
You should. I'm sure I'll be plugging it later. I've done this before. I played in 2003. We did The Music Man, and I played the pit for that. And in 2006, I played in the pit for Into the Woods. Those shows were both pretty hard.
I imagine.
This show that we're doing is a show called Once on This Island, which is a lesser-known show, but I love it. I love it. I had heard music from it before when I was in college, and it takes place on an island. It has a very laid back. There's a couple of songs where it's just like, you can just feel like they're gonna dance like that.
Calypsos and stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
Happy with that.
So I'm adding that to everything else. Let me tell you, newspaper this issue, we've got some fabulous stuff in the works.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many times I've heard her during newspaper be like, "Oh, it's perfect! Oh, it's perfect!" I never say that for yearbook. I say, "Oh, we'll send it."
So that's life in Mr. Rouse world.
Mm-hmm.
How's life in Stubbe land other than the fact that you're hot?
I don't know if you heard, but I got these new glasses that apparently they make me look hot. I'm gonna let the world decide about that for sure. Was it a victory for journalists, the SOPA thing being blocked?
Oh, there's two victories, I think, for journalists. So go ahead and talk about SOPA.
Well, you know, everybody out there on the interwebs knows what SOPA is because you can't help but not know what SOPA is if you frequent the internet for more than just checking up on Facebook. Even if you do only check up on Facebook, you should have some idea of what SOPA is. And it didn't pass, and they actually just stopped. They didn't even vote on it, right? They were just like, we're done.
I think, well, in the immediate aftermath, the co-sponsor of the bill, Marco Rubio, pulled his support.
Mm-hmm.
Orrin Hatch said, we need to at least revisit it. Mm-hmm. And then I read this morning that they pulled it entirely. Gone. Yeah.
And that was just because of the outcry from the internet. And that's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if it's called a victory for journalists. I think it's a victory for anybody that doesn't want any more freedoms taken away.
Well, I think it's a victory for the First Amendment because there wasn't, and I had a hard time categorizing it. Was it petition or was it assembly? It was a virtual assembly. Like, you know, people were protesting and they were assembling, but they were doing it all online. And you know, the biggest helps to that were, I think it started at a grassroots level, and those people told the managers and owners of websites.
Mhm.
Because if over 7,000 websites hadn't gone dark on Wednesday, I don't think this would have happened.
I don't think so either, because then people went to those websites and were like, what? And then they were like, they read up on it and were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It was a noble idea. I don't know what their reasoning was, but if you look at it, they want to stop piracy, and I respect that, okay? Let's stop people stealing other people's stuff. Absolutely. Let's do that. But let's not give up our other rights in order to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like there has got to be a better way.
Well, and one of the arguments for why they didn't need it is because they already have the Communications Decency Act. That was one victory.
Mhm.
I think it's a victory. The Supreme Court decided this week to not hear the cases of two students who were punished at school for things that they wrote after school on their own computers. Not on school grounds, not using school equipment, and they were punished at school. And these cases were, if I remember correctly, they were split. So one had gone through the appeals process and found for the kid, and one went through the appeals process and found for the district.
Yeah.
And so both of these went before the Supreme Court, and they denied hearing it. And I put something on, I heard the news through someone, an organization I follow on Twitter, and I said, I think this is good and bad news. Yes, it would be nice to have some definitions, but at the same time, and this is what I tweeted back, I said, I don't trust the court right now to make a reasoned judgment, especially after what they did in the Morse v. Frederick case, more affectionately known as Bong Hits for Jesus.
So it's been a good week.
Been a good week for speech.
And glasses.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and we have a new home.
Oh, we have a new home.
We're in case you haven't noticed, we're on YouTube. Not Vimeo. Not because I have any ill will toward Vimeo. I still use Vimeo in my class.
Why are we on YouTube, Mr. Stuvie?
Because there is a lot more traffic on YouTube. Let's hope we get some. Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, should we shut up?
I think we probably should.